Nobody, not even Kirk, Rasheeda, or the fans, expected it. But Karlie Red can throw a grenade while smiling. Karlie Red recently revealed shocking explosive footage of Kirk Frost, which absolutely devastates Rasheeda. Hip Hop Atlanta and Love. In the secretly recorded film, Kirk is depicted in a compromising situation with a woman who is clearly not Rasheeda. Even worse, he claimed to be rebuilding trust when it was shot. As soon as the footage surfaced on social media, chaos broke out. The audience went insane. Cast members were in disbelief. Rasheeda is reported to have fainted on set after only 15 seconds of observing. "I can't do this again. I trusted him," she sobbed. The betrayal, the humiliation, and the setup are all starting to show. Everyone is also perplexed as to why Karlie would behave in this manner right now. Was it retribution, ratings, or something far deeper? We are positive that Rasheeda's world is crumbling and that the Frost family secret has been exposed. There is more to this issue than just adultery. This isn't a marriage collapsing, a job dying, or terrible betrayal caught on camera. And that's only the beginning. The cameras weren't even on when it happened, but the aftermath was too explosive to ignore. It all began at a supposedly quiet promotional luncheon for the forthcoming ADL season of Love and Hip Hop. Rasheeda was trying to portray an image of a woman in recovery, a restored marriage, and a future she had fought hard to rebuild. She was radiant and glowing. As usual, Kirk, music, stood next her, low-key, nodding along and perfectly capturing the changed man. But like a villain in a telenovela, Karlie Red was sipping her drink in the corner of the room, plotting a moment that would wreck it all. She had perfect timing. Abruptly, Karlie got up, lifted her phone, and made a gesture with, "Y'all fake as hell," she said. Everyone at the table was silenced by its loudness. "Because I have something you all need to see," he continued, causing the atmosphere in the room to suddenly shift. "You still think this man is faithful, Rasheeda?" Rasheeda tried to laugh it off. She thought it was just Karlie being messy until she hit play. What they heard was audible to everybody. Kirk's moaning, murmuring, beseeching voice could be heard in the background, coupled with a woman's giggling. Everybody in the room let out a gasp. Rasheeda released her fork. Before anyone could hit pause, started playing, her face turned pale, and a little movie started to play. "I take it you intend to keep this for yourself?" Kirk is talking into the camera while resting in a dimly lit room without a shirt on. The woman's torso was visible, even if her face was partially hidden, and it was most obviously not Rasheeda. There was chaos right away. Producers tried to intervene. Karlie wouldn't let go of the phone. Rasheeda stood up and cried, "Turn that off," her voice shaking, but it was too late. Everyone present at the brunch had just seen her grief in 4000 on a phone screen, exposing her husband as the deceitful person he had professed to be. After sobbing excessively for almost 45 minutes, Rasheeda allegedly stormed off and collapsed into her car. Medical specialists needed to give her drugs. The insider said she was emotional, according to a production-related source. She kept asking how. Could he do this to me again? Was the key question. How on earth did she obtain that video? How did Karlie Red get that tape? According to Karlie, it started with the woman. "You'd better ask the side chick," Karlie wrote. The internet went nuts the same evening after a scathing Instagram post. "Don't blame me," someone said in my direct messages. I simply hit play. 2 fan groups appeared. Team Rasheeda was heartbroken for the First Lady of Atlanta, while Team Karlie argued that Rasheeda should be aware if she was being duped again. But one thing was clear. There were no teammates for Kirk. After years of mending his reputation after scandals involving adultery and secret pregnancies, the man was suddenly exposed again. Because of his own arrogance, this time. Making a video and sending voice notes to someone brave enough to forward it to his wife's friend. It was more than just betrayal. It was stupidity. Rasheeda also went dark. There are no posts, stories, or updates. Despite her team's assertion that she was processing in private, insiders think she's upset. One source claimed that this was not treachery, adultery, or baby rumors, Jasmine. This video footage was leaked by someone she used to stand next to on red carpets. Even worse, she was unaware of the length of the video. If that's all Karlie uploaded, just think of what else she has, one person stated. Karlie appeared to have no regrets while she read. She posted a selfie with a cut smile and captioned it, "When they lie to your face, give the world the receipts." The music and comments went nuts. Some praised her for holding men accountable. When others accused Karlie of being a serpent who uses women's misery as a tool for power, she appeared indifferent. She had been silent about Kirk's antics for years. But now she was ready to tell all. Within a day, a second clip, which was released by an undisclosed source, appeared, but everyone knew it was Karlie. The same woman from the first tape was seen being facetiomed by Kirk in this one, and he expressed his need to slip away once more. During the week, the time stomp was conducted. Just 2 months before Rasheeda's birthday, he gave her a surprise party. Supporters were incensed. In addition to physical combat, the betrayal was psychological warfare. He had her blow out candles while getting ready to blow out someone else's back. The show's producers pleaded with Rasheeda to record a reaction sequence. Instead, she remained confined to her Buckhead house with her sisters around her, according to a widely circulated tweet. As well as her son. She's experiencing everything from Jasmine once more. According to a relative, Kirk has kept a low profile since the Jasmine scandal. Rasheeda had started without any drama, new kids, or public gaffes. Everything fell apart with one notice, one video, one giggle, and one betrayal to many. The executive producers of VH1 were debating how to present it. She had remade herself as a boss who had survived the storm, opened stores, hosted panels, and restored her reputation as a businesswoman. Karlie's film alone had already increased ratings, but the emotional toll was unfathomable. However, according to messages between Karlie and another cast member that were released, producers had more film saved on a password-protected drive and began building a story around the leak. Kirk, however, dared to deny everything. He muttered something about deepfakes and old film during a hurried, dimly lit Instagram Live, saying that Karlie was trying to get attention and that the video was from years ago, but many weren't buying it. The background in the FaceTime was the same design as a hotel he had tagged only a year prior, and the shirt he was wearing was from his current apparel brand, which was only launched 6 months ago. The damage was done, and the lie was reckless. "Rasheeda, girl, you don't deserve this," Tamar Braxton said. Period. Celebrities and fans from many platforms began commenting on her posts even though she hadn't posted since the leak. More than 50,000 people liked one comment. "That man gave you a grenade after you showed him grace." On day 4, Rasheeda finally broke her silence, but it wasn't in a traditional post. Instead, she submitted a horrifying comment along with a blank black screen. "I used to overlook things, but I'm no longer doing that." Everyone knew who the grenade was intended for, but there were no tags, names, or justifications. By the end of the week, Rasheeda black screen post, which didn't include Kirk Frost's name, had gone viral as a demand for justice and a warning shot. All of a sudden, Rasheeda was no longer just the misled wife. Fans and influencers were posting on social media, pleading with her to leave Kirk permanently. "It wasn't just a plotline anymore," one commenter said, referring to her as a metaphor for all women who had stood with a man through lies, contempt, and public humiliation just to be hurt again. "Even though everyone else told you not to, you supported him. This is how he repays you for forgiving him for Jasmine." Because women identify with Rasheeda, it was intimate. The betrayal seemed even more intense. Karlie Red suggested on Instagram stories that there will be more surprises a week after the first 2 films were released. On the same day, a third video arrived, this time showing Kirk in what looked to be a dressing room. "You know I got to play husband when I'm out here, but you got my heart," he told the same unnamed woman over the phone as Karlie Red continued to profit from the disaster she had brought about. The timing was awful. That same evening, Rasheeda was scheduled to speak at a symposium on women's empowerment in Atlanta, and her remark alone made news on every American gossip website. When she canceled the event just hours before, people close to Rasheeda said that she started watching previous videos of Kirk trying to put together the facts for herself. A friend claims that she has been re-watching every interview, phone log, and chronology. She seems to be investigating her own marriage like a detective to find out when the falsehood started anew, and what she found just made things worse. Rasheeda remembered seeing the woman in the recording over a year ago at a Frost Bistro soft launch party, when she was simply another face in the crowd. "I had no idea she was sleeping with my husband," she allegedly said to her pal. A leaked text exchange between Karlie Red and the unnamed woman was the final straw. This bombshell revelation showed that Kirk was not only cheating but also planned Rasheeda's future. The woman said that Kirk had vowed to leave Rasheeda for her and even offered to transfer her into a condo after the show had settled down. "You can forgive a mistake, but you can't heal where manipulation lives," tweeted Tamar Braxton, revisiting the conversation. "Rasheeda, sweetheart, don't stay this time." After that tweet went viral, even the Love and Hip Hop cast started to take sides. Spice captioned a video of Rasheeda crying during a prior reunion performance, saying, "She's been strong for too long." Mama D echoed Bambi's statement, "If you need receipts on men pretending to be faithful, just ask me." It was discovered that the producers were in a hurry due to Kirk's disappearance, and the shade was ridiculous. In actuality, though, nobody wanted to see him anymore and everyone was preoccupied with Rasheeda, so there was no filming, no interviews, no comments, and the plot was out of balance without him. Before Rasheeda made one final action that shocked everyone, the question lingered in the air like smoke: would she leave the marriage or would she like to try to mend a shattered man with public image and faith? There were no cameras, no PR team, no VH1 staff, and everyone watched Rasheeda as she went inside Frost Bistro by herself. The diners that afternoon dared not approach Rasheeda, who was dressed entirely in black, her face bare, her hair pulled back like a warrior with no time for distractions, but they couldn't take their eyes off her as she went straight to the private office, locked the door, and spent the next 2 hours there. There were rumors that this was their first in-person meeting since Karlie had leaked the tapes, and the fact that Kirk Frost was waiting there decided the outcome of her marriage. The walls were thick, yet not thick, so what occurred next? Restaurant staff said reporters they heard Rasheeda screaming, "You lied to me," with a full voice, no filter, and no fear, not Kirk. She allegedly replied, "You sat there and watched me defend you while you were out here filming sex tapes with randoms like you single. I was humiliated by you and you repeated it like it didn't matter." Another coworker claims that when Rasheeda finally emerged, her face was covered in tears, but she maintained her composure. Kirk, for once, remained silent. Kirk, on the other hand, had to wait another hour behind before being escorted out the back door by security in order to avoid the journalists and admirers who had assembled in front. Atlanta watched in real time as the Rasheeda and Kirk brand collapsed as she hopped into her black SUV and drove out without saying anything or turning around. "I've been silent till silence, but now you're going to get the real deal." That same evening, Rasheeda eventually went live with just herself, her phone, and the truth. "What did I gain from giving that man everything? My youth, my commitment, and my forgiveness? Betrayal, lies, and public humiliation." She inhaled again and stared into the camera. Tears ran down her face, but she continued even after her voice broke. "This is my life, and I'm tired of someone treating it like a plot point. This isn't Love and Hip Hop." He told me that he had changed. The live stream garnered over 1.2 million views, and the internet went bananas. "I wanted my family and our history, so I believed him. However, you can't create a future with someone who is constantly hiding secrets." In less than a day, excerpts of her statement were posted by blogs, influencers, and even non-franchise celebrities. "Real acknowledge reality," Cardi B said. Tammy Roman tweeted, "I've been where she is, and this was not what you deserved." Rasheeda's trembling voice went viral when she remarked, "Have you ever loved someone so much that you forgot to love yourself? It hurts so much. 3" I've been there, but I'm heading back home right now." In an instant, the story was sealed. After being locked out of their shared Buckhead home, there were rumors that Kirk had gone into a hotel near the airport. Some Red doubled down, writing in a new article, "I ain't ruined that relationship. I showed what was already ruined, even if Rasheeda was no longer looking back." She then shared a video of Rasheeda defending Kirk against adultery rumors in an old reunion program, and her voice was shaky and her eyes were already tired. The energy had switched back at VH1, but we all know that love doesn't listen when it hurts, so fans swiftly paired that tape with scenes from Rasheeda's most recent live performance, saying she should have been done years ago. Rasheeda hadn't said whether or not she would return, but insiders said that if she did, the producers were ready to completely remove Kirk's plot as it was now her survival story rather than his redemption arc, so they began reworking the season around her truth. When the lady from the tape, Maya, a 27-year-old who was neither famous nor well-known, stepped forward 2 weeks later, the truth was worse than Rasheeda had expected. In a no-holds-barred podcast interview, Mia talked about her 2-year situationship with Kirk Frost, which included secret hotel meetings, lavish gifts, and, most unsettling of all, intimate recordings made with his full consent. Rasheeda was finally regaining her life with every post, every tear, and every honest confession. Maya wasn't finished, though, and he told me that Rasheeda was merely for the performance and that they were business partners rather than lovers. She was a Decatur woman with a tale that would expose the final voids in the Frost marriage. He looked directly at the camera as it was rolling, and the next day he sent me the video as if it were a flex. Fans were outraged to see that not only had Kirk apparently cheated again, but he had also been gaslighting Rasheeda into thinking they were healed while having a completely hidden relationship. That sentence alone sent Twitter into a meltdown. They had different rooms and lives, but they had to act in public, he claimed. Karlie posted the message along with the video. "I told you that I didn't destroy anything by exposing all of his private lies." By now, he was filthy. Rasheeda had ceased being silent and had turned strategic. According to insiders, she began deleting co-owned social media profiles, removing Kirk's name from Frost Bistro contracts, and even instructing employees not to email Kirk any internal business information. Rather than experiencing another emotional collapse, she began consulting with attorneys, family counselors, and business experts in an effort to swiftly and covertly distance herself from Kirk's. "This isn't just a breakup," revealed a close friend. "She is being kicked out of her empire. He's being shut out of everything by her." And Kirk intensified his lies as Rasheeda withdrew. Kirk said, "Rasheeda is overreacting," in a leaked audio clip of a conversation with a buddy. "We weren't even that way together. It was challenging.